We are live. We're back. Episode 14, 1-point conversion. If you're coming straight from our last episode,
Well,
we left off.
You teased this. You fucking teased this in our last video.
I did tease this. We left off on a very high note, and the Bears did what the Bears typically do, and they shit the bed in very Bears fashion. So that'll be. We'll cover that today. Obviously, we got a fun little 11-man two-way roster thing going. We'll explain that when we get to it.
Yeah.
And then we'll highlight the Bears matchup coming up in week 2, maybe some other storylines, a little bit of the Thursday night game, a little Larry Geese, Illini news.
True.
And I guess I've got an announcement as well. Got an announcement.
Can we lead with that?
Can we lead with it?
Yeah. Just sure, real quick. We could circle back to it later at some point. But pretty cool fucking news.
I teased it. I teased it a few episodes ago. We didn't go into it because I didn't want to jinx nothing. But this week, your boy got a job offer from Barstool Sports. So we will be. Work starts Monday. We'll be reporting to work, doing some social media stuff with them. I don't know how much I'm like obligated to say. I can't imagine it's anything like too top secret, but I'll be working as a social media specialist for Barstool Sports. Very, very exciting. Obviously,
just start, baby.
Just to start. The podcast is not now affiliated with Barstool yet. We'll see. We'll still be recording episodes. The video posting might be a little less frequent as I get into this new schedule.
Clips and stuff. Yeah.
I gotta get used to how much time I'm going to have after work to put clips together, but we'll still be recording weekly, uploading episodes for all you dedicated subscribers. Talking to you, Mom. Talking to you, Jason. Thanks for listening. My mom sent a text in our group chat in a group chat today of her watching the podcast. It was like me and you up on the TV.
Nice. On the TV? Ooh, that's kind of fire.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Not bad.
But yeah, big news. I'm really excited. This is a lot of work in the making. Feels nice to get some recognition in the form of a job offer. So
yes, sir.
Very cool stuff.
All right,
Bears.
So the Bears gave us a little rat poison. They gave us a little hope. They moved the best point of the Bears season into like an hour into the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Then threw us off a cliff. Really weird experience for me actually, because like I'm such a big Michigan fan that like seeing JJ do well is like I can't really like hate it from the bottom of my heart, but it's my favorite team in the NFL. So it's like I was just like sitting in bed that night staring at the ceiling, like, what's going on? Why does this have to happen? Like, I should be happy for JJ, but I can't be in the slightest. Tough.
Yeah. I think, there's like some silver linings. One of them being that like, I was pretty happy with my take about the game. Like I picked the Bears to win, but I picked the Bears to win because I thought JJ was going to show a lot of growing pains. And that was like super, super apparent for the first 3 quarters of football.
For sure.
He looked a little, I don't know, shook. Like he looked like a quarterback getting his first NFL start. Made some pretty critical mistakes through that pick 6.
Yeah. That pick 6 though, that was a fucking crazy play by Nahshon Wright.
JJ threw off his back foot. It was a throw outside. I mean, the pressure was coming. Ball had to be out. Nahshon Wright has like every reason to know that like JJ's first break outside is going to be the route, so he can break on the ball.
He jumped it like very, very, very well. But I mean, you got to like he was coming with the knowledge that they're sending the house. JJ's going to have 0.2 seconds to throw this ball. I think like rookie mistake for sure, but like you got to tip it wasn't like a Will Levis pick 6 where it was here you go. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it was a great play, but I'd say it was a bad play from JJ. And then the fourth quarter happened and they were just
couldn't miss.
Yeah, couldn't miss. JJ, I want to say, I put out a tweet at some point about his stats post pick six, and they were really good. Turned
Really
it on
good,
in the
yeah.
fourth quarter.
Good
Sort
enough to win
of
offensive player of the week.
that's a ridiculous award, but all right.
Ridiculous award, but if there's not really anyone that gave him like the
I'd have given it.
NFL like an
I'd have given it
obvious
to.
reason to go somewhere else.
I'd have given it to Emeka Egbuka. 2 touchdowns,
Who
including
had
the
he
game
had
winner.
46. He had 46 yards.
JJ had 143 and a pick
Yeah,
six
and
as a
but I'm
quarterback.
not. I'm just saying. It wasn't like it was like when I saw that I like triple taked. I was like, what? I was like, is this like a Vikings
I
award?
thought it was like a rookie of the week award, and
Yeah,
then
that's I thought
I
it was
didn't
like a
realize.
Vikings
Yeah,
thing, and then I thought it was like a rookie thing, and I was like, wait, isn't this like kind of a big deal to get this? And then like, but if you look at it, no one else really popped off.
yeah, it was a dry week performance
Because
wise from
Abuka had 2
everyone.
tutties in a game winner, but JJ had 3 tutties in a game winner. Like I don't know, threw a pick
Yeah,
six,
game
canceled out.
sealer, I'd say. Um, on the Bears side of things, where do you stand as far as how? We'll start off with how the offense looked, because I think the defense is pretty clear.
Yeah,
Not too much to say
I
about it.
think. I mean, I watched a little QB school video. Actually, paid $5 to do that,
Did you
and
paid for the Patreon?
I did pay $5 to watch it. And
Nice.
like honestly, the biggest part of that is just being able to see like the all 22. And like he gives great opinions, but just being able to like see for myself, like,
Hmm.
okay, how bad are these misses? How bad are these reads? And it wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. I mean, you would hope that throughout the game he would kind of gain a little bit of confidence and start kind of, you know, hitting more 3-pointers, I guess, so to speak. But his misses didn't seem like they were anything other than just kind of a bad day at the office. Like I think if you watch we've both seen a lot of Caleb film, right?
Hmm.
If you're out there, you've seen his college film. Was accuracy ever a thing that you were like, oh, he's going to struggle big time with this in the league? Like, no, he could put the
No,
ball literally exactly where he wanted to. It was like just from experience, you're watching his throws and it's like, oh, this throw was on the right shoulder when it should have been on the right shoulder. This throw was slightly behind him on his hip when it should be there. Like it was picture perfect. So for him to have like bad accuracy misses, it's really just not that concerning to me. I think that if you're gonna go by a fucking video of him throwing into a net, maybe it concerns you. But if you look at like the body of the work of his career, I just think that like the decision making was pretty decent. And that's the thing that would be way more concerning to me. And that's what I originally thought going into it was going to be my biggest takeaway. And it was
yeah.
definitely more so that the accuracy was just off, sucked.
So I uh, I watched. I didn't see the JT Sullivan video, but I did
Mhm.
see a good amount of the all 22.
Yeah.
Um, the accuracy issues to me are like they're alarming. Like, yes, he was accurate in college, so like it's
So
it's
accurate.
like, okay, he can do it, so like
Yeah.
maybe it'll get back there. But it's alarming to me because it's like, why are you all of a sudden missing so many throws?
Yeah. No,
I
that's
think it
fair.
comes down to I just spit. I think it comes down to like the footwork. Like I think on all
Yeah.
the throws where he's
That's
just not on the
not great.
mark, like the footwork is it's just all over the
All over the
place.
place. There's no consistency.
Um,
Yeah.
but as far as throwing to the right guys, for the most part, he was.
It was more
Took
like misses rather than like bad decisions, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yes, yeah, 100%. So he was taking a lot of checkdowns. There was a couple opportunities. So like we were texting during the game, like sort of like talking about the announcers, how they were giving Caleb slack for missed
Yeah.
opportunities.
Yeah.
They were I think they were kind of right. Like going back at it, they're
There was some there. No, there was some there for sure.
yeah. Took a lot of checkdowns, which to me seemed like that was the game plan. Like it was
That's
just
what
going
I
to
was
be
gonna say
get
there. Yeah.
completion to get up the field, but you'd like to see him rip it a little bit, especially if it's there. Like at the end of the day, like going 10 for 10 for 60 yards is it's not bad. I'd say it's worse than going like 5 for 7 and 70 yards and a touchdown. Like I'd
Sure,
rather
for sure.
you just go ahead and pull the trigger on it.
He
Um,
did throw downfield a little bit with some success. Like, even though the
yeah,
Rome completion was like 7 yards, that's pretty, like from where he threw it pretty far downfield. He had a couple like misses that he put the ball to the right guy way downfield, and it didn't work. And he had the throw to DJ that was pretty early in the second half, I want to say, or maybe right before the second half,
Yeah. I know it's
where
like
DJ made a
on the
move.
right side of the field. DJ stiff arms the
Yeah,
guy after catching it.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was good stuff. But there's one play where Caleb opts for the check down, and they get the exact look they're looking for. It's Roma Dunze on a post over top against what I think is like cover 4 quarters. Like
Something like that. Yeah,
that's what you design that play for. You get the look. Like Rome beats his man. There's no one there. If you pull the trigger and Caleb just opts for the check down. I mean,
yeah.
it's a completion. You get yards, but you'd like to see him
I think
take that shot.
I totally agree. I just think process wise for him, I think he's working kind of backwards from it, where it's like if he was going to throw that to Rome, you pretty much have to be married to that read going into the play because it's a pretty long developing route. If you don't have that throw, you're going to take a sack, right? Is that fair to say?
Yes, but I think going into it, they had the look they wanted, so
They
you
did.
should
No,
be
they
married
did.
to that Rome read. And for some reason, he moved away from it. I think
Because he got off of it before it really looked open. Fair?
yes, but you have to. Again, the part of being a great quarterback is anticipating that is going to end up being open. Like that is the play. That is the defensive
No,
look that play is designed for, and you got it,
right.
and you passed it up. I don't love
I just
that.
think that
I don't love
him
that.
erring, I think him erring on the cautious side early in the season is like what Johnson's game plan is for him, rather than him starting to, willy nilly to like maybe he makes that throw and he got fooled, right? It wasn't quarters. They were playing cover one man. So I don't know, whatever. But like he throws a pick and then he kind of is like, okay, well, I'm never throwing that again or whatever. I just think it's easier to work from the base of I'm going to take the check down. I'm going to take the easy completion. Now I'm going to
Yeah.
take this. Now I'm going to
Yeah.
take that. Work
Now
your
I
way
know,
into
like
it.
I
You
know
know what I
for a
mean?
fact that's going to be there in the future. I'll rip it. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I agree. I think another thing I saw from Caleb, and I feel like this has just sort of been the thing throughout preseason. It's not that he can't go through his reads. Like you're seeing him go from 1 to 2 to 3, sometimes all the way through, like fully through the progression, but he's
Yes.
going through it too fast.
So fast. Yeah.
Like to the point where he's considering dudes covered before they even get to the point of the route where they would be open. That's the
Mm-hmm.
stuff where it's like you're a second year quarterback. Yes, there was a lot of dysfunction in the Bears, especially offensively last year. But you're a second year guy. That's the sort of stuff where it's like you're at the point where the game should start to slow down for you a bit.
A little bit.
Obviously, it's week 1,
Week
but
one.
those are like the things we should be watching for going into week 2,
WEAK.
3, 4. So,
Uh, but I think like if you remember, like you've seen the 10-hour JT O'Sullivan videos on Justin Fields. Like most of his bad was like set hut. I'm staring at the one. I'm staring at the one.
and he's just
It's
not.
not there, and then I'm running, or it is
Yeah,
there, and I still fucking miss it, and then I run.
yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah, clearly it's something different with Caleb. But the thing is, like, it all feels the same to us Bears fans. I feel like, which I
yeah,
think is
that's the problem.
a lot of the impatience in
I,
Chicago. Which, like,
yes, if this
I'm
was
starting to get to the point where, like, I kind of agree. I think we're sort of justified in feeling a little. I don't know, like we want to start seeing shit happen. I don't know.
yeah, I agree. I mean, at this point, I just haven't seen enough to make me lose faith in Caleb or Johnson. And like the things that I feel Caleb like his kind of like makeup as a player, they're still shining through to me. Like the throw to Rome on the sideline, that I don't think like legitimately, I don't think there's another quarterback in the league that can make that throw.
I
At the speed that he's running, no chance.
yeah, yeah. It's insane. Like the intangibles are absolutely like next level. Problem is that was the same thing with Justin, but it was different things with Justin. Like it was his athleticism, it was his speed, his
Yeah.
running ability, not so much his throwing. Like,
And to be fair, I mean, considering how Justin is kind of, I mean, it's been 1 week. Let's not fucking, overreact our tits off, but he has now have an offense that's kind of designed around his play style and his explosiveness, or at least it seems way more so than he ever has before in his NFL, experience. And he looked fucking awesome in 1 week. Caleb, I think Ben Johnson's still kind of finding that groove with him of like how much of it is going to be Ben Johnson's offense, how much of it is going to be Caleb's offense, once that's figured out a little bit better, I think it's going to be amazing. Like it's just going to be awesome. That's what I think.
Yeah, I have. I'll tell you what. I have no doubts about Ben Johnson. I have not a single doubt. I think a lot of the play design was good. You saw on damn near every play that there was going to be somebody who you could throw the ball to. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I do think a lot of it now is on Caleb's shoulders to be the guy who goes out there and executes the play calls.
Yes,
There was
I agree.
there was a lot of other stuff that went
For
wrong.
sure.
I felt like
Offensively, you're talking?
offensively, especially
Yeah.
everywhere, absolutely everywhere. I think we were shooting ourselves in the foot.
Yeah.
You can blame bad calls on
Stripes. Yeah.
yeah, you could blame the refs, you could blame bad calls all you want, but reality is great teams overcome that stuff.
Absolutely.
I
And
mean,
if we were looking back on it, it should have been like, oh, there was a bad pass interference and a really bad holding call. But other than that, there was nothing. Every other penalty was like our fault, super
self
avoidable.
inflicted. Yep.
And like, I don't know. I mean, it's just not worth it. Like, it's not worth saying like, well, we took a sack after a holding call. Like, yeah, maybe don't take a fucking sack after a holding call. Other great teams get a bad holding call and they figure out how to not fall 35 yards back from the sticks out of field goal range, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly where were you going to go with that? Because I had a couple more things about the offense that I wasn't super happy about, but I think are like they're changing.
Yeah, no, I think they were just the entire team was just shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah,
I have some stuff to say about special teams, but if we'll wrap up
that
the
was
offense
horrible.
before we get there. But the special teams are really bad.
Yeah,
But yeah,
offense. I would just
I got
say
I got a little
wait
more. I got
here.
a little more.
Finish it.
But
Finish it.
like
Finish it. Yeah, yeah.
Jonah Jackson was not particularly good offensively. He had a really bad PFF grade, let up a lot of pressures. Drew Dahlman even let up a ton of pressures.
He was
Darnell Wright and Joe Tooney looked phenomenal. Joe Tooney makes Braxton Jones much better.
yes.
But that right side interior wasn't great. Caleb had a really good pressure to sack ratio. I think he was down at like 10%. Got pressured more than you like, but he's taking a lot less sacks than he was last year so
He,
far. So that's really
he took
good.
like what? He took one true sack and
Yeah, and the other one he stepped out of bounds.
the other, yeah, and the true sack was like he almost got away from it. Who knows? If they were playing on like not the worst fucking turfed field of all time, maybe he stays on his feet. Who knows? But that's the one
Wait,
that was that the other sack, or was that
talking about
just
the intent? Are you
intentional
talking about the
grounding?
intentional grounding? That
Yeah.
was just intentional grounding. There was one
Okay. And
sack
then
where he
he
just
just
got
got
sacked.
sacked. Yeah. Okay. I think I do. Yeah. But he did step out of bounds. That was kind of not great, but it was very close. Like not gonna like overreact on that. But yeah, I guess like I think a couple other things to mention. First of all, Komet looked pretty decent blocking wise, like better than I've ever seen him, even though he had a couple bad reps.
So did Loveland.
Loveland's a dog, dude. Loveland is a dog. He just needs to like he had his like welcome to the NFL moment, I feel like a little bit on his first catch where like he almost dropped it and like I
Yeah.
feel like he kind of like took a deep breath after that, like fuck. I'm okay. Okay. But DJ Moore, little bit funky, in my opinion.
In what way?
First of all, I mean, unrelated but related, putting him in the backfield is just like kind of retarded to me. Kind of, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but like kind of stupid to me because like I don't know, man. He's like you're paying him so much money and he's just gonna get hit on every single play, like when you do that. And it's not like we're running him on gadget stuff. He's running like fucking halfback base. Like, what are we doing? I don't really get that.
I think that is because of the lack of running back depth that we have right
But
now.
it's like
It's also like if you can get the ball in
just,
DJ Moore's hands however you can, I don't think it's a bad idea. I actually don't hate him being in the backfield. We saw it a little bit last year, and he's actually pretty effective. So
I guess no, I don't think he's horrible at it, but I just think like
I think
that's like
we saw one of the best
I don't know.
versions of DJ Moore. I'm not gonna lie. I think
I
effort
think
wise, route running wise, I think he looks like looks a
he
lot
looked
better than he
better.
did last year for sure.
He looked better, but there was a couple moments. Like first of all, the overthrow to the pylon that everyone's talking about. Like
It was
that was
improvised. It was an improvised route. That's like
yeah.
per Declan
That's like
Doyle.
that's also just like not like what are you doing there? What like I guess he was naked, but like you would have had a very good chance to make that play if you just ran the corner out. And then Caleb looked awkward as hell. I don't know.
Again,
Maybe you have
yeah,
different
it
thoughts.
goes back to the footwork there. It's not an easy throw to make. You want to put it outside because there's a safety. Um, I actually like the decision from DJ to ad lib there, and you see an opportunity for a touchdown. You have to get a score, and you have to get it quickly. You have 30 seconds before the 2 minute warning, which you need. Um,
Mhm.
I don't hate the decision. If they would have connected on it, everyone would have been like, "Holy shit, what a play from DJ and Caleb," and the whole narrative would have been different. Uh,
I
I
don't think it was a horrible decision. I just think that it was like it was kind of just like a what are you doing moment. And it was also like something that it clearly was not practiced enough. Like it to me, I guess it felt a little bit kind of like DJ was kind of like, hey, I have the ability to go get open. I'm going to go do this to like kind of show that I can get open and like be smart to make this play. But it was just like not considered enough before this. And I don't think that him and Caleb were on the same page about this even being a possibility at all. Cause like Caleb looked puzzled when he did that. I feel like it's just not, they can't do that yet. It's got to be way, way later in the year, way later in their relationship or whatever it would be.
Sure, but like I think when you get down to like in-game scenarios like that, I don't hate it. I think it's you need six. Caleb recognized it. You just didn't hit on the throw. That's all it is.
That's fair. I would love for it to just be like, okay, we're gonna play a little backyard football every once in a while, and we have the dudes to pull it off. I just think like probably could have been a little bit better timed. I don't know.
I think that's like the only time that I mean I feel like you want that to happen on like free plays or meaningless downs, but
Right.
I also
Or
think
like
that
end of the
in a
half.
situation like that where you have the chance to score, like you see a window of opportunity with with in a must score position with that much time on the clock, I think you should take it. I think that we should be rooting for stuff like that. It
I
just didn't
don't I don't totally disagree. I guess I would need more context on how that is like how that goes down in practice or like in the huddle if it was like DJ, if you see anything, just take off, whatever it was. Because I mean, got to imagine that whatever's going through Caleb's head at that moment is not. What if DJ breaks down and finds a good matchup in this coverage that he can like run to the pylon on and be open? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't share the same feeling towards that
I
play.
I think it was more DJ's fault than Caleb's fault on that play. That would be my final statement, I guess.
Uh, I don't know if I feel this. I think it's equal parts because I think DJ, yes, you went off script, but Caleb, like this is sort of like what you're supposed to be really good at is this off script stuff, big plays. Like
Yeah, but like
I
after
hope
the
he can
play breaks
connect.
down, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just like I feel like he's giving Caleb an impossible play to make. Is kind of my point. But there's other things to talk about. I think like there's nothing that looks cancerous like there was last year, right? Like there was things last year that you saw where it was like, oh, our wide receiver one is just sitting on the bench for this play. I don't care if he stepped out of bounds in that play. Like that's cancerous to a team. That's just not gonna fly, right? There was none of that. The team actually looked kind of the opposite, like you were saying with DJ's effort, which looked better. I think there's probably another gear there, but
I
we'll
agree.
find that eventually.
Yep, got to start
Uh,
winning.
you gotta start winning. Like I'm not for him to go into that next gear at this point. It's like that's not on him. Like he's got to have a reason to do it. You know what I
I
mean?
think
To put
for
the
a guy
ball on
like
the line.
DJ Moore, who's been productive for 7, 8 years of an NFL career, and yet you
Very productive.
haven't seen the
Yeah.
playoffs, or maybe you have
Ever.
once, like when you were a
No, I
rookie.
don't think so. Right?
I have no,
Maybe when he was a rookie. Yeah.
yeah, I
No, because it
totally
was after Cam. He
understand.
never played with Cam. I don't know.
He did play with Cam, yeah,
Did he?
as a
As a
rookie, I believe he
rookie?
played with Cam.
Okay.
Um, so I get why, especially as a receiver, like sort of the NFL's like drama queen position. You see it all over the league, guys with effort issues and stuff like that. I get why DJ would be upset or be playing what people would consider slow or not feel that same like hunger or drive as these other guys. You'd still like to see it regardless. I think that's probably what separates the greats from
Right.
Just
All
the good
very good.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think if we start winning some football games, we could start to see the next gear from DJ. I
Yeah,
think we saw it.
exactly.
I mean, we saw it. I think in like his first year with the Bears, and when we went 7-10, like we were a competitive team,
There was
and
times for
he was
sure.
playing well.
For sure.
Uh, but
That Commanders game was like probably one of the most fun games I've ever watched.
mhm,
Or were they
yeah,
the football team at that point?
I think they were the Commanders at that point.
Okay. That was fucking
Uh,
awesome.
yeah, the specialty. You got to be good in all three phases to win a football game. We were not good enough offensively, and I'd argue we were terrible on special teams.
Like trying to lose. Like
Uh,
there's not much more that could have
yeah,
gone wrong.
outside of uh kick return, like and kick
Which
return
was
coverage was fine.
and the kick
Uh
return that was the best one was fucking meaningless because
Meaningless
it
end of
was with
half.
2
Yeah.
seconds left in the half. If anything, the Vikings were probably coached to like play some sort of prevent coverage because they're smarter than us. Like, I don't know. That'd be my theory. But
Yeah, the punt team, we were letting up big returns.
and
I had a punt blocked. Like Torrey Taylor still has a great leg, which is nice, but like if you don't have good punt coverage, it means absolutely nothing.
0. Yeah.
So Richard Hightower is the only guy in the Bears building, our special teams coach, who was retained from the Matt Eberflus regime.
I was gonna bring that up
Uh,
too.
I hope that's not a mistake. I thought in
I kind of
years
hope it is a
past,
mistake.
I thought in years past our special teams was fine. Like was we didn't like have any disasters. I thought Cairo Santos was not good enough, which we kind of like knew going into the year he probably wasn't going to be good enough. He
I
hit a
also
kick.
think we kind of just fucked him. Like we just didn't really give it like we are we expecting him to be something that he's not a little bit? I think that kind of plays into it a little bit.
Cairo hit a 57-yarder in preseason, and we were like, "Oh, we're good, we're fine."
Yeah. Right.
Like the one, like probably tied for his career long field goal, and we're like, "Oh, he's back." Like Cairo's back. Like no, Cairo's not back. He was never that version of Cairo was never here. He
That
hit a
was
50.
never a
He
thing.
he hit a game winner against the Packers. After like the entire year, we talked about how he puts too low of a drive on the football that it gets blocked from distance. And we were like, but he hit the game winner. Like he has to come back. I really like Cairo Santos. Like I root for all the special teams guys. I think, and I really appreciate that he won us that game against the Packers. But I just don't think he's one of the best 32 kickers in the world right now. I think we could find better
Yeah.
guys. I don't know why we're not looking for dudes, considering this is like the cheapest position in football. The Cowboys and the Jaguars have dudes who can hit from 70, and they picked him up from nowhere. Like Brandon Aubrey was an
Literally
XFL
nowhere.
guy. Jake Bates was an XFL guy.
Yeah,
Cam
they
Little
were
Cam Little
soccer
was a
players.
college dude. Yes. Go find
Cam
a
Little
former
wasn't the
soccer
top.
player.
I don't think Cam Little was the top kicker in his class either. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
It's like just go find a former soccer player, because believe me, a soccer player can kick a fucking football, and they're gonna put it where they want it. Like these dudes
At least some of them.
who have kicked shit for their entire life are gonna know how to kick a football. Like I've
Yeah.
never seen someone like I think Brandon Aubrey might go down as like one of the best kickers of all time.
He'd
I've
have
never
to
seen
choke it.
someone with a cleaner stroke and like more confidence stepping up to a kick, and he bangs it from 60 consistently. And we don't
Like
have a guy
all
who can
of the
hit for
time.
50 plus in 2025's NFL.
Yeah. I think like people forget. I mean, for Cairo, I think it's a little bit different, just considering that he's like his nationality. But
He's Brazilian.
most
He should be able
kickers,
to kick.
no, that's what I mean. Like like what I'm saying next, like I think people forget most kickers are basically like unathletic kids that realized early on that they're not going to be able to do anything else. And that's the guy that you're getting, right? Like there's very few people that like seek out being a kicker if they're a football player. If you're a soccer player and you have no interest in getting hit, and you have no interest in that side of football,
You
but
just want to
you're
kick.
literally a kicker in your sport, like we have to like catch up. We have to catch up. You know what I mean? Other teams figured it out a while ago.
It's the same. Yeah, it's like I feel like an idiot. Like I just get fooled every year into thinking like the
Yeah,
Bears are somehow now this forward-thinking team for hiring Ben Johnson, yet we continue to like put out teach tape on how to lose football games. Like
we literally do.
they kick off at the end of the game. Cairo Santos, you said this. You texted me. You literally could have just fucking kicked the ball off the tee and it traveled not even a yard. You could have kicked it backwards, and it since it didn't land in the landing zone, it's treated as a kick out of bounds to get the ball at the 40 rather than the
Yes.
35-yard line where you kicked it out of the back of the end zone.
It would
It's
be like in baseball, if you were going to intentionally walk someone, you used to have to like pitch them,
yeah.
but now you can just say like go to first.
Yeah, you can just
So
you don't even have to dirt the fucking ball anymore. You might as well
no,
walk out there and be like, we're not going to kick the football.
yes, like you probably almost could have done that. Like it's like throwing a pitch when you could have walked him with pointing your finger, and then the guy hits a fucking home run and loses. You lost the game. After he took the ball out of that end zone, the game was over. Like what was even like we got what
Yeah.
2 more plays and should have had one.
We had
like
9 seconds. The
9
first one was
seconds.
like we snapped the ball and we timed the snap up wrong and we fucking
DJ
hits
Moore ran
DJ
into
Moore.
it.
Like what are we?
Good effort to recover that ball. I will say that.
I guess, but like the game just pisses me off. It's
It's
the
so
same.
bad.
It's the same Bears shit every year.
Yeah, and also I did have a little bit of this guy talking to me in the back of my head, like the biggest Bears optimist, like this little dude, and he's like, Ben Johnson's gonna have some sort of amazing play here. Ben Johnson already thought about the last second play. He's been saving it for this moment. Nope. It was kind of cool we put out hands team. Props there, but nope, no play. No, it was just go do it.
I will say, are you talking about the very last play of the game?
Very last play
Well, they did go out there
with the
the
hands
off-
team.
well, the offensive line, like Drew Dahlman was the only lineman. Like Cole
Right.
Komet and Colson Loveland were lined up at guard. Like Luther
Right.
Burden was in at tackle. I like
Right.
that. I think it's
No, that's
gonna
smart.
it's gonna be impossible to draw up a play that's gonna be a one play touchdown when you have 11 guys.
No, I'm just saying that this dude was talking to me. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I really like to see that from Ben Johnson. I haven't seen like Dallas, I guess, like put Zeke at fucking center that one time and got blown up and it was stupid.
That was funny.
So
the
like
Pagano.
Yeah, it's well that one's different. That one's different.
That was awesome though. The quarterback like snaps the ball to like one he's like
to
one
Pat
guy.
McAfee like under center. Yeah, it's stupid. But I that's the stuff that like you get with Ben Johnson, the sort of like fun, wrinkly, like creative stuff. I would have liked to see a throw over the middle and lateral to the sideline to get out of bounds and stop the clock, because you are for if one thing's for sure, you're gonna get the middle of the field in late game scenarios with no timeouts. Throw it to the middle, lateral to the sideline, and you could have a good shot. You need enough time to do it. And you kind of got to have no timeouts because that's the only way like they'll give you the middle of the field.
Right.
So would have liked to see that. Hopefully someone can relay this message to him. But some positive things. I give him some slack for the Cairo Santos thing. He addressed it in his press conference today too. He was like, "This is the last time I'm going to take questions about last game."
Yeah,
I was being greedy. I wanted the 5 yards. And I trust Ben Johnson to know that like it won't happen again.
Like that also seems like that also seems kind of like an answer to save everyone's ass. Like that could not be the true answer. But I honestly like I blame Cairo a little bit more than Ben Johnson. Like, sure, Ben Johnson's like, hey, go kick the ball to the end zone. But like,
for Cairo to be like, coach, I got this. Yeah. And then you go out there and you kick it not even 4 yards deep into the end zone.
No,
like, what are you doing?
Like, it wasn't even close. It might have not even rolled out of the end zone if it hit the ground. Like, what the fuck? And that's the second time this has happened. There was like a Broncos game, I want to say, where the Bears had a chance. I think this was in our like Owen Billions
Marion Barber.
No. That's a horrible. That's like a top 10 worst Bears game of all time, where he stayed in bounds against.
No, he ran out of bounds. Like gave him an extra.
Or he ran out of bounds. Yeah. And like Tim Tebow had like 49 yards that game. But
Matt Prater,
I want to say
like walk-off field goal.
Yeah, of course. I want to say it was like in our season that we lost a billion games. There was like a final kick to win the game against the Broncos that kind of looked like it hit the crossbar when you first watched it, but then on the replay it literally landed.
It lands in the end zone. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, we
like,
attempted like a
how does this happen?
Kick.
Yeah. And Cairo's just like, okay, time to get out here and give it my best. Like, no, you tell your coach, I have never hit this, even
It,
in practice,
it's
in a hurricane. Like, what are you
it,
fucking
it's
doing getting
it's
out there?
literally like you're trotting out the manager, like, you know what I'm saying, like they're just like,
Yes.
oh, they're gonna give him a free bucket, like, oh my god, that's so cute, he gets like he gets to score his last
Yeah.
game as a
It's this,
manager, like
it's like literally that type of vibe. It's just like, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, we
we
didn't really
signed
talk.
Jake Moody to the practice squad, which, like,
Go
Jake
blue.
Moody has been absolutely terrible since he fucked up his ankle. And I don't think
Since
he's
he
going to be
fucked up his
better
ankle.
any better than Cairo. But I was talking about this during the week with Emily's dad, saying, like, you as general manager, there's a guy who just became available, and your kicker is not doing good. Bring someone else into the building. Put pressure on Cairo Santos. I
Exactly.
don't want none of this. Like, oh, we have the utmost faith in you. You're
No.
our guy. Like, no, you're not playing like that. We're gonna bring in a guy to make sure you do. Otherwise, he's gonna take your job. Simple as that.
Yes.
It's the NFL.
Simple
It's the
as.
NFL. You need to be one of the best 32 in the world, or you're not going to play. You're not there. So,
Agreed.
uh,
Also, we could probably still go back to Robbie Gold. Robbie Gold would still probably have been the Bears' best kicker. Like, I don't think they've replaced him with anyone better at any
they have
point since
not.
he's left. Like, even Robbie Gold to the day would probably be better than Cairo on the team right now. Like, I'm pretty confident in that. But yeah, the bringing in Moody, now you're just gonna get who's better between the two, right? Like, is it gonna be Moody? Who knows? But it's gonna
Probably
be.
not. Jake Moody has been terrible. He has, like, he's
He's been
bad.
bad.
He's really
He
bad.
was really good at Michigan, like
Yeah,
insanely good. He actually
good
won
enough to get drafted. Like, kickers don't really get drafted.
he won an award. He won an award that we'll talk about at some point of the show. Um, but yeah, like he tried to make a tackle on some shit and fucked up his knee and ankle. He was not Goda,
Just
if you know what that means.
is that the guy that knees over toes, or
Yeah, it's like it's similar. Yeah. Um, yeah, he had, he was in the W, his knees were caving in. But yeah, he's sucked since then. And he probably won't win the job, but at least Cairo will be like, fuck. Now everyone, it's like
yes.
basically telling everyone. Yeah.
So I like the decision from Poles. So he's on the practice squad. He's on the active roster, but
No.
Cairo Santos now knows, like, if I'm not perfect, damn near, like, I might lose my job, which I feel like every player in the NFL should feel that pressure in some sense. Otherwise, you're not getting the best out of them.
Yeah. No,
So I
for
like
sure.
that we're
Especially
seeing that.
kickers.
Yeah. I mean, we're not even onto the 11-man roster. We're still talking about this. I feel
This
like we have a
damn
lot of
Bears game. We had a lot of thoughts. We didn't even really talk about the defense, which overall was
defense.
okay.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Broke down in the fourth quarter a little bit, but I'd
Yep.
also, like, when your offense keeps moving off the field, your defense is only going to give you so many opportunities. Nashawn Wright looked good. Tyreek Stevenson honestly looked pretty good. Got a bad PI call. Sucks.
Really
Got to be
bad.
better. But they got pressure. They got home a few times. I thought Dio Odengbo came
What
out
the
of
fuck
nowhere,
happened
dude.
with him?
Looked good.
And I
Looked
thought
really
they
good.
banned smelling salts. Yeah. But like, yeah, no, the defense looked pretty decent. I think like if you swapped any 32 of the NFL's defenses into the Bears fourth quarter and they had to come on after a 3-and-out against a fucking hot Vikings offense, which could arguably be top 5.
I think most of them are letting up those
Most of them are
21
getting
points.
fucked. Yes, most of them
And
are
that read
them.
option play at the end of the game,
Such a good
it's
call.
just that's the chess match that football is. That's like
Dude.
that's why I love the sport. As soon as I saw it, that it even looked like a read option and JJ kept it, it's GG's.
Right when they went to run the ball, I was like, run here. Interesting. And then the millisecond he pulled it, touchdown. I was just like, that is beautiful. So,
that's Kevin O'Connell. That's why I won Coach of the Year. They pounded the rock really well in the second half. Didn't run option at all the entire game.
Nope.
And you get down to, I gotta
But
have
JJ
it
sold it. He sold it a lot. He sold the option a lot. But yeah.
Yeah, it was nicely done. We got beat fair and square. We'll talk about next week's matchup a little bit. I kind of want to focus on our 11-man roster.
I would love to. I would love to get into it. So yeah. Do you want to give a little context on it?
Yeah. So we are building the best all-time 11-man roster, a team where everybody has to play both ways. So everyone's going to play two positions. And we both drafted a team. We're going to try to, I think, get it down to just 11 men because I think a lot of our guys overlap, but I have some different guys than you do. We'll try to settle it to just 11 guys.
I have like one update I think since I sent you my list, but I've been working on it for a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at quarterback, and who will also be playing middle linebacker, we both have Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck. Okay, bet. So I think if you've seen the clip of him at Stanford where he rocks the dude who picked up a fumble, he can tackle. Like, you don't just accidentally do that. So he can definitely tackle. And if you look at his height, weight, and 40 time, he's like the same size, a little bit bigger actually, and a little bit slower, just barely slower than Luke Kuechly. And both those guys have the same mental. Like, if he's playing middle linebacker for me, I know that he's going to be the quarterback of the defense, and we could, kind of probably run different defensive formations to maybe give him less responsibility. Even if he's not lined up at middle linebacker every play, he's going to be the quarterback of the defense.
Yep.
I think that one, there was a couple other guys I considered there, but
I'd say
I think
a lot of people would make an argument for Cam Newton
for
but
sure.
and I think a lot
And
of the
old Cam Newton.
people's arguments against Andrew Luck is like the health thing. Come on,
That's not
we're making
applicable.
we're making a hypothetical 11-man team.
They have to play 140 snaps a game. They're not going to be like, and
we're drafting the Iron Man versions of these people.
Yes, they have fatigue. Like, you went into Madden, you moved the fatigue and injury to 0.
Yeah, exactly.
Every other stat is the same.
Yep. All right, so I don't have mine in like a specific order, so I kind of just have dudes written down.
Yeah.
But wide receiver,
you do have like positions. Okay.
I do have positions. Wide receiver and corner, and also punt returner and kick returner, because we do need to fill out the special teams roles. This one was pretty easy. You have him too, Deion Sanders.
Prime time. He just does too much. He's probably, if you were gonna like competitively draft this team and you had like replacement, he's probably consensus number 1 because he's arguably the best corner ever, right? And then
no, but
arguably,
I think it's a bad argument, but yeah, sure.
Arguably.
Okay.
Maybe in bad faith. But he's arguably the greatest return specialist of all time. I would go Hester, but arguably.
Yep, arguably.
And in this hypothetical, if he has unlimited stamina, he probably would have been one of the better wide receivers / offensive threats of all time.
And he was a good offensive threat. Like every single team he was on utilized him in some form on offense.
They literally were like, we need to use this guy on offense.
Yeah,
everywhere he went.
So,
and even on like picks and stuff, the defense would be like, "Where's Prime? I'm gonna throw the ball back to him." You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, just get the ball in the guy's hands.
Another wide receiver corner. I think I went in a different direction here. I'm going Travis Hunter.
Okay.
I think it's really hard to build this team without putting the kid who literally won a Heisman as a two-way player being an excellent corner and an excellent wide receiver.
Wait a minute. Oh, totally fair. And he's kind of the genesis of this question when I was like he's the reason that I like considered it. And I was like, maybe this could be a thing. I do think though, if we're talking about two-way Heisman players, there's another guy that is pretty damn good that I think you could argue would give Trav a run for his money.
And that's who? Charles Woodson?
Charles Woodson.
Is that your
that's who I have
in corner?
Like, if we stacked our rosters next to each other, that's who I would have instead of Travis, I think, the way that yours is shaping up.
Did Charles Woodson play as much offense as Travis Hunter did when he was at Michigan?
In college, he played as much? No, because no one's played as much as Travis Hunter since like the 30s. But, or I mean, probably a little bit later than that. Like, he played every snap. Like, that's unheard of, right? But Charles Woodson was a pretty big part of like the Michigan offense, and he was the like same thing with Prime, like get the ball in his hands guy. He was their kick, punt returner, everything, you know. And he did have like, I want to say like 8 or 9 touchdowns his Heisman year offensively, maybe, and special teams. But he didn't have like 1,000 yards receiving. It was less than. He didn't win the Belindikoff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I find it very hard to argue for Hunter over Woodson. Um, but there's a few reasons why I lean Hunter. Um,
Yeah.
I'll tell you why I lean Woodson, and I think it's because I think with a team like this, it's probably more valuable to have like good corners because I think wide receiver is um, a there's more transferable skills that go from corner to wide
Exactly.
receiver than from wide receiver to corner. Uh, but the reason I would rather go Hunter over Woodson is because uh, it allows us not to stray so far from the hypothetical in a sense that like you can just insert Travis into this team and you know that he can
True.
play corner and wide receiver. You don't have to like throw Charles Woodson in there and then be like, dude, he would be such a good wide receiver. Like
Yeah.
you know Trav can play both ways. You
Yeah.
know Charles Woodson is a great, if not one of the best corners of all time. But
Hmm.
realistically, you don't know how good of a wide receiver he'd be.
Yeah. I think he had like 20 or so reps at wideout with the Raiders early in his career. And he definitely was involved in special teams in the NFL in some capacities throughout his career. But it was never like he never did enough to make it like we have to get this guy on offense.
Yeah. Yeah. Whereas Trav is, now, I mean, he plays snaps defensively, but he is primarily a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Uh,
I also think because Travis Hunter, trust me, I was going back and forth between the two. I think that one of the bigger things that kind of like pushed me towards him is Dion is like notoriously a not physical corner. Like he is just a guy that like is going to do everything else but tackle unless he needs to. And Wood, like he was a physical football player, you know? So if you're going up against a team that could exploit a non-physical corner, you can have a guy like Woodson so that you know that, like he's not going to get, you're not going to get bullied by a wide receiver one. You could have Woodson put there. Not saying Travis isn't physical. I just think comparatively, Woodson has the edge there. A little bit.
I guess I feel like it's hard to pull in like who is this all time 11-man going to be playing? Like, are they playing other all time like two-way teams or are they playing just regular football teams? So I don't know how much of an argument I feel like exploiting physical corners or like trying to. I guess maybe if you
Just
if
not.
you just want a well-rounded roster.
That's
Uh,
that's kind of what my goal is to like fill up the abilities for your team to the max in every facet, I guess.
okay.
But
So I feel like
I
honestly,
think
I feel like we don't have to settle on a singular 11-man roster. I think
no, I don't agree. I
we
agree.
both have our teams, and we'll just share them. So I've got Trav, you've got Charles Woodson. The next guy I've
That's
got on
perfect.
my list, I know you have on yours, and I think is like would be on everybody's list. And he plays tight end and
Yes.
defensive
Okay.
end, and
Yes.
that's JJ Watt.
JJ, not
Yeah.
McCarthy. Watt. Yeah. Yep. If he got like an actual run at it at tight end in the league, bro would have been so good. Like if you just watch the couple highlights where they brought him in, like he's making tough catches, he's running decent routes. Think about him as a fucking blocker. I mean, and then the defense speaks for itself. I think that between him and Prime, that's your number one overall pick.
Yeah, I would agree. So one of the best defensive players of all time has a, a damn near an MVP season at defensive end.
Yes, MVP.
Scored 4 or 5 touchdowns that year. Scored 2 or 3 offensively. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was awesome. Like I remember being like 12 years old and watching JJ Watt run around, and that was just like
He was nay.
this guy's insane. Yeah, yeah, he's hitting nay.
I want to say he lost to
Undisputed. He
2
makes
interception
sense.
Rodgers too. Is that
I'm
true?
not sure. I don't
But
remember.
I think he won to like a MVP season was just like he would
Oh,
have
it
won it
was
in
just
like 80% of the other ones.
yeah, probably.
Um, yeah, no, JJ is nasty. He's awesome. And if like in the sense of the hypothetical too, you're getting the peak player, right?
Yep.
Like there's definitely guys that had better careers than JJ at the position, defensive end. Peak wise, he's at the tippity top of the list. Like there's very few people that eke him out at his peak.
Yeah.
Dude was
I also just realized I don't have a kicker or a punter on here.
Okay.
So
So
that'll be
actually
interesting.
going back to quarterback, I debated Randall Cunningham a lot just
got a
because he's
boomer.
such a good punter. And you know how fun that would be to have a team that every fourth down lines up like they're going to go for it because they have maybe the best punter in the NFL playing QB, and he could just punt it for whatever reason.
Yeah, just have no one back
There
there.
is so much fun. Yeah, it would be so fun.
So I want to fill out our skill position guys before we get to linemen because I feel like the linemen
Yep.
we can sort of breeze through.
Yep.
I've got this guy playing free safety, running back, and wide receiver wherever you want to put
Sure.
him.
Sure.
I've got a Dory Jackson.
Okay. Can't hate.
think
Love it, Dory Jackson.
I think you're sort of sacrificing some skill defensively.
A little bit.
He's obviously not the best free safety that's ever graced an NFL football field,
Mm-hmm.
but I think being able to play offensively, I believe he played a good amount offensively in college. Like
Oh yeah, he
he was
played.
a big 2-way player.
His limitation would have been fatigue and package. Like he was like wide receiver probably 2 on those USC teams.
Yeah, so I'll put in a caveat that I just now thought of that maybe I probably should have gone Tyrann Mathieu over him because I feel like he's probably a guy who might have been better. But
Eh,
but for a guy
free
who I
safety
think
wise.
I don't know if Tyrann would be so good at wide receiver or running back. I think Adoree like offensively is way more of a threat than a lot of
Yeah.
guys you could pick at this free safety
Oh
position.
yeah. I would probably go a Dory over Matthew in the sense of the hypothetical because I like Tyrann Mathieu is like his kind of like specialty, I guess, was like his physical nature. Like he was
Mm-hmm.
such a good hitter, so fast to the ball. And like I don't think that he would have been a guy that could like route you up or like have, a lot of value on offense unless you're just doing stuff to get him the ball. And considering how good these teams are going to be, he's not going to be worthy of like running jet pass touches too when you have other guys, right? You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah.
So
What do you have at your free safety and
I
etc.?
have Waffle House at free safety. You know
Always
why he's called
open.
Waffle House? Because he's always open. That's Julio
You got
Jones.
oh damn! I didn't even see. I didn't even think about
So
putting an offensive player there. So you went for the more 3 wide receiver route.
So I was looking at the team and I had gone free safety was always defense for me because it's an important position and it's hard to find. It's a lot easier to find the skills that translate, like you were saying, defensive guys that have obvious offensive skills versus offensive guys that have obvious defensive skills.
Mm-hmm.
Julio has the track down tackle on that one guy on a play that doesn't even fucking count, and he knows it doesn't count. So first of all,
he's got the hit stick on the Cowboys guy.
He's got the hit stick on the Cowboys guy.
He's got
So
another
he's
hit
a
stick
willing
on
hitter.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
like
a
he has
great
some.
pick.
And
Really good pick.
when I was looking at the team too, I was like, Prime is great. Is he a wide receiver 1 in every sense? I don't know. Pretty damn close, but there's probably matchups that he could get, the worst end of. Julio is a true wide receiver 1. So I think that also unlocks Dion a little bit. I think it unlocks Woodson to have a lesser role as a receiving threat too. So I like Julio. He was like probably the biggest pick for me in this process because I thought of him like last and I was like, oh fuck, this could be good. So
I really like that. I like that. I think you might be thin at running back, which could hurt you.
Very thin.
Because I've got another guy at strong safety who can also play running back, who can also play receiver, has done it all. Just signed with the Steelers a couple days ago.
Oh,
that's Jabril Peppers. That's
your
boy.
Okay. Yeah. See, he was. Man. I really wanted to put him on this team. I mean, if you look at players that have won the basically the defensive player of the year in college football, he has like 11 positions listed for his award. They gave him the award and they said Jabril Peppers, quarterback, halfback, wide receiver, safety, linebacker,
corner, dude,
return specialist. Like it's literally like, other than playing in the absolute trenches, he could do everything on the football field. And running back is a little bit of a free roll position because it's not like you need like you don't need a running back necessarily to play running back. It's probably the easiest position to
Throw someone
learn,
in.
I guess,
Yeah.
or throw someone in. That's a better way to put it. So he's going to help out a lot with weird packages on defense, on offense, everything. Great guy to have on the team.
Can play literally anywhere on the football field.
Yes.
That's sort of why I brought him in. Maybe not the most skilled. I'm sure there are guys I'm sure there's like a dozen or more guys you can make an argument that should be in the spot over him. But there are no. I don't think there are more guys who could play more positions than he could. I've only got him at strong safety, running back, wide receiver right now, but he can play outside linebacker.
Everything.
But he can rush the passer if he wants to. He can play corner
if he wants to.
It just from a play calling standpoint, you can do
From
so
a
much more
coaching
with Jabril
standpoint,
Peppers,
yeah.
Jabril Peppers on your team than if you don't have him.
Exactly. Juice guy too, like good energy guy for the team, you know. Just a great addition. So he was the running back was the hardest one for me to pick. I don't know if I made the right choice. I could be definitely talked into Jabril here, but I had it between like 4-ish guys. So really, yeah, 4 guys, I guess. So it was between Jabril, Sweetness, who I ultimately determined was too small, Bo Jackson, who I ultimately determined wouldn't be suitable enough on defense, and the guy I ultimately went with, since I picked Julio, I felt like I could lean more defensive here. I'm going with Troy Polamalu.
I really like the pick defensively.
Mm-hmm.
I get the whole you can throw anyone in at running back. But I don't know. I feel like there might be some guys who would be able to run the ball better. Troy Polamalu was a pretty good return man. Like he was exciting once he had the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
But
I don't think that. So I think that his like offensive role, he's definitely the weakest offensive player I have.
Because you don't have a running back right now.
No. And it's a weakness of the team for sure. That's why it was the hardest position to pick. But I feel like pass protection is going to be great. And like I just feel like in the offense, you're not going to ask, in at least the offense that my team would run, I'm just not going to ask the running back to do too much. I think we see a lot of times like NFL teams have success with basically nobody at running back. And they're not doing it in, you know, offenses that highlight the running back. They're using it in offenses that hide the running back, if anything. So I would have to see it work because he could definitely just like not be able to run the football and we can't establish the run game and then we get fucked. But I think that he would be just good enough that the offense could still excel around him and he would be so good on defense. He would be so good on defense. Got a guy like Julio behind him. Julio says, yo, Troy, do whatever the fuck you want. I got the back half of the field every single play. If they're going deep, I'm getting it. You just go over there and jump over the O-line.
The both of them can like step up and play linebacker, which is nice.
Yeah.
Like Julio, like
Troy,
I feel like Julio at sub linebacker is insane.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate the pick. I think it's gonna be tough to establish the run though.
Yes, I definitely, if I could get talked out of any position, it's running back. So we'll talk about it a little bit later. We could go like final roster eventually or whatever, but I kind of like just throwing the guys out there, like you were saying.
Okay. And then O-line, 2 guys that we both have, I think, Aaron Donald and Larry Allen.
So I didn't choose Donald. D-line.
You don't have Aaron Donald?
He's probably the first lineman off my list, considering him a ton. Definitely have Larry Allen. I mean, the dude's a freak. Basically that's basically the opposite of Aaron Donald. Like Aaron Donald's the offensive version of Larry Allen and vice versa. Aaron Donald's not going to be the reason you lose a football game. I'll tell you that, on offense or defense. So I can't hate the pick at all. I just logistically it worked a little bit better with other guys for me.
So these are like my interior.
You'll see why.
Defensive line guys. So who do you have at your other D line, D tackle?
Okay, so I have JJ Watt, Larry Allen, and then Bruce Matthews.
I also have Bruce Matthews, but that's D end, not D tackle.
Oh, I'm kind of running 3-4, I guess.
Okay, I'm running like a 5-3-5.
Okay, I know who the other guy that I would include on the D line if I had to, I guess, considering the people I have. It's between 2 guys, but they'll both get named eventually. I'll start with Buckus.
I don't have Buckus on the list.
Played center at Illinois.
So I've
One of
got
the biggest freaks of all time.
I've got Chuck Bednarik at my center
Oh,
and
yeah.
and
So
linebacker.
Bednarik, I would love to get. Can I get the mic for a little bit on Bednarik? Because
Go crazy, dude. I read up
yeah,
a little bit on him. I can't
okay.
remember.
Wait,
I made this like a couple weeks ago, so I can't remember
yeah.
everything that I did. But if you do, take
I
the
just
top.
have a couple facts about him. So he's on the team for sure. His nickname is Charlie Concrete. Okay, first of all, why was his nickname Charlie Concrete? You'd think it's because he's, some like menacing guy. No, it's because like in that version of the NFL, players didn't make like bozo bucks. So like he still had to support his family. He would have a fucking job while he was in the NFL laying concrete. And then he eventually became like a concrete sales guy and like made a bunch of money as a concrete salesman, probably more than he ever did playing football. But that's like maybe the coolest nickname I've ever heard. Charlie Concrete, and the story behind it, that's so sick. Also, Vince Lombardi is undefeated. Well, he has one loss in his entire career as a coach in the postseason. And in that game, the undisputed MVP of the Philadelphia Eagles, who beat the Green Bay Packers in Vince Lombardi's first ever playoff game, was Chuck Bednarik. He made like a play at the end of the game where he tackled a Packers player like 10 yards short of the goal line or whatever. And he just like laid on him and wouldn't let them to get the ball. And he was like I forget what he had like an iconic line that he said to the guy that was like at the bottom of the pile. But yeah, just legendary. And he has a little anti-Packers streak in him, so that's awesome. And then yeah, I think he's of like the old guys that it's kind of like, oh well, everyone played two ways back then. He's not necessarily in that era. He's the last guy to actually play two ways in the NFL consistently. And he was like an undisputed dog at both positions. I love Chuck Bednarik so much.
So he's on your team as well?
Yes.
Okay.
So I guess he played like linebacker, I believe, like officially.
Yeah. Yep.
And he played center. So
Yep.
I have him at linebacker, but he could definitely play D end. Absolutely could play D end.
Yeah. I've got Bruce Matthews at my D end and tackle.
Or D tackle, I mean, yeah, sorry.
And I have Bruce Matthews as my long snapper. I believe
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
He did a little bit of long snapping.
He did some long snapping. He also was an all-pro at 4 out of 5 offensive line positions, and
which is
he exactly
why we got him on this team. Which brings me to my last guy, who I've got for a similar reason. Not going to make a big impact defensively, but on the offensive side, he's going to be a rock. It's going to be Tristan Wirfs, first ever All-Pro at right and left tackle. I needed a guy. I needed another tackle. Like I had Bruce Matthews, who I don't even think is, or who did I have on the offensive side of the ball? Well, I guess I had
Larry Allen played tackle at some point of his career, but he was always better as a guard.
Yeah.
You have Bednarik at center, and you have Matthews played tackle a lot, but you have him at guard?
I have Bruce Matthews at tackle.
At tackle, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so Tristan Wirfs is my other tackle, who's just like the guy. You can put him on either side, depending on where you're you could literally just like match against whatever defensive lineman is on the better one on whatever side. You just put Tristan Wirfs there, it's gonna nullify it. And then you can just throw him at T tackle on defense.
Yeah, you could literally switch him on every play, like you're saying. Especially with a guy like Matthews to clean up anything that would be funky otherwise. Like maybe who's your other tackle?
Bruce Matthews.
So like you could use Larry Allen on like the side that has, the better interior rush, and you could use Wirfs on the side that has the scarier end or whatever. And like it's just a great like your offensive line will always be giving like having an advantage over the D line, no matter how the D line stacks themselves. And yeah, and so going back to Aaron Donald, who is your guard, right?
Yep.
I was between him, Anthony Munoz, and another guy for my last offensive line position. And I ended up going with a guy who Jake Moody won the award of, previously mentioned in the show, and that is the Lou Groza Award, which goes to the best kicker in college football. And it was named after Lou Garza, who was an all-pro NFL tackle.
And he won the best kicker in college?
Yes. He's like the
Holy shit.
Browns' second best. He's like the Browns' second best player of all time. He
All right,
played
that's
like a
cool.
full career. Played like a full career with the Browns at tackle and at kicker, and then like the last 5 years of his career, he was just a kicker because he was that good.
That's very cool. That's very cool. I didn't
So
even know he existed. That's a
yeah,
great pick. That's a
yeah,
spectacular pick. I don't have a
he's kind
kicker.
of a he's kind of a like I think you'd be hard pressed to find a better fit for some guy who can kick. I thought about like Ocho Cinco, but
Yeah.
not as good of a kicker and not good enough at wide receiver to be on this team, honestly. But yeah, so he's a pretty good pick. And also when you have like Larry Allen can be on the side with Lou Garza because he was an all pro tackle, but he, stepped down from like the other guys, I guess, on this list in some sense. So Larry Allen can give him some help. And then I had Buck Hiss, who, I mean, he played center at Illinois. He is maybe the best linebacker of all time, if not top three. He has good hands too. Like he's fucking awesome. At some point I had Bronco
Pretty good.
Nagurski. At some point I had Nagurski, but he's just a little bit too small, in my opinion.
Yeah, I tried to stray away from the guys from like the 30s and the 40s. Like,
Yeah.
yes, they played both ways, but like it's such a different game. It was physical,
Yeah.
but I think like just the build of
Crazy physical.
everybody now, like realistically, I think that there are better athletes in the NFL in the
Yeah.
past
And
30 years than there have been in the last
yes.
in the 70 before that.
And what the positions were calling you to do back then were so much less that like basically you're just putting a good athlete at a certain position rather than like a cornerback or a linebacker, right? You're just saying, hey, go see ball and hit the guy. You're right. And then on offense, block the dude in front of you. Like there's just a lot of guys that did that in the old days. And other than like Bednarik, who's later, he's like 60s, I want to say. But 50s and 60s. But like there's not a ton of guys that like stand out a ton as like really, really good dudes. There was the center for the Steelers or something. He was really good. I forget his name, but he's old as hell. Yeah, pretty good team. Pretty fun.
Yeah,
pretty
like
fun thought experiment.
See if maybe I can put together like a graphic or something because that's gonna be hard to edit into a video.
I could help out with that. I could try
but
help out with that.
a graphic might work a little better. But I mean, I guess we got the. We'll try to wrap it up. We're past an hour now, so we can just really quickly cover the Bears. I think I got to go to the mall and go shop and get some.
Can I do
clothes for work?
Just some schizo real quick, just about the team.
About the Bears?
No, about just that your gunners are going to be Palomalu and Woodson, and then you could run 11 personnel on offense. That's how we described it, right? But you could run 12 by moving Andrew Luck to tight end and putting Dion at QB. Or in your situation, you put Jabril Peppers at QB potentially. You could run 21 by moving Woodson to the Z and moving Dion to the running back. If you're gonna do like a more of like a wishbone look, I guess. And then you could move JJ Watt to an offensive line position, probably a guard position, and move Dick Buckus to fullback if you're going to do more of an I formation. Because I think Dick Buckus at fullback would be fucking awesome.
You have thought it out far more in depth.
I put a lot. Like, I mean, if we want to, I got this.
It's like the guy on Twitter, like the first round mock, the fake like former NFL scout who like dropped his like scouting notes and they look like schizo writings.
Yeah.
That's like what that reminds me of.
It is very similar, very similar. But yeah, fun experiment. Hopefully somebody out there gets a little bit obsessed with it and sees if they can come up with better rosters than us.
Yeah. I guess real quickly we can just like do some Bears Lions predictions, score prediction.
Yep.
Maybe a little. I guess that's really all there is to it. I last week was pretty confident the Bears are going to win, as I am typically. I'm going to double down.
Let's go.
I think. I'm just lying. I think the Bears are going to win. I think the Bears are going to win.
You're lying.
I'm lying. I actually, I don't.
Lions.
I just don't have so much faith. It just pains me so much to like pick them to lose. But I guess I kind of have to. I don't know. I think I don't think we're going to look that great, but I don't think the Lions will either. I think it's going to be a poopy game.
And I think there's a good chance.
Be close.
I think there's a scenario where we get our ass kicked, but I do think here's kind of my thoughts going into this game. Okay, we could win this game by just being better than them, but if we win this game because we come out and we're more inspired than them, and from the first fucking play we outwork them, we are winning a Super Bowl under Ben Johnson. Okay, and I don't care if we lose the game if we come out and fucking just go for it.
You gotta
And we
stop
just look
riling me up,
pissed
dude.
off.
Getting
Dude,
me excited.
if we just look pissed off against an 0-1. Hey, they're 0-1 and they lost in the division too, man. You know? They're gonna be pissed off.
Give me too much hope, man.
If we can come out there and just fucking get it, man, then I like if we can out physical them and out tough them and out want them, I will guarantee a Super Bowl under the Ben Johnson reign. Fair to say?
That would be cool. That would be very cool. I think it's gonna be a close, probably not very fun game to go back and watch film wise. Like I think it's gonna be sloppy.
A lot of basically I think who's gonna win the run game is just gonna win the game.
Yeah. The Lions run game was really bad last week. But
it wasn't good.
I just don't know. I don't know. Hard to have faith after the way last week went. I hope we see some improvement, but I don't think we're gonna. I don't know if we're gonna be able to go into Detroit. It's gonna be real hostile, and already had pre-snap problems. I'll go 21-17 Detroit. That's my pick.
All right. Like you were saying, I think this game gives like really ugly vibes. So we're going to go with Lions 6 and an unironic Bears 7. Come on now. That could happen.
It's a very, very, very possible score. Very possible score.
That would be awesome for a lot of reasons. Let's just say that.
Yeah. I think that's all we got for today.
Pretty much.
If you're still listening, an hour, 11 minutes. Love you, Mom. It's so
love you, Mom.
Love you too, Miss Small.
Love you, Michael's mom. Yeah. But quick dust item of the day.
Dust item of the day to send us off.
Let's see if you recognize this. I guess you won't, but you'll know it once I explain it. You know who this is?
What the fuck is that?
It's a little rave toy that I got from a guy at probably the worst show I've ever been to. Which
dude, is that the guy who went
Adventure Club? We were trying to see Adventure Club, who's like a EDM group. They canceled, and we got Zomboy, who sucked. But Michael, at some point of this fucking show, decides I'm gonna be funny. I'm gonna pickpocket my friend Graham.
The show sucked. The show sucked. I had nothing better to do, so I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try to pickpocket Graham. Which, if you're at a bar with your friends and you're having a bad time, try to pickpocket your friends. Move. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I'm standing there. He successfully pickpockets me, I believe. I don't even know if he did. And like the guy next to me, like doesn't like break like his field of vision. He's like, yo. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, I think that dude next to you took your phone. I'm like, oh, bro, that's my boy. Like, that's so funny. But like, he's ready to pounce on your ass.
He was talking to me. He was like, dude, I was ready to beat the fuck out of you. And I was like, it's my boy, dude. I swear, I'm just having fun. Which, like, shout out that dude. It's a great guy.
Bro.
Shout out to bro. His fellow ravers back. That was cool.
He does. That was hella cool of him. And then even cooler of him, he's like, you know what? That was funny as fuck. You guys are chill. Take this guy. And so that's where we got him.
Nice. That's a great dust item. That's really good. Comes with the story. Unforgettable.
Comes with the story. Yeah, fun episode. Get your 11 mans out there. Root for the Bears hard this weekend.
Yeah.
And most importantly, eat as much Johnny's beef as humanly possible.
FDA recommends 11 beef in an hour at max. Shoot for 12.
We've never seen someone do it.
Record breakers this weekend. Record breakers. All right. That's all we got. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week, hopefully with better news about the Bears.